I say, not run. Don't be afraid. I will not leave you alone.
Amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation.
Time great. Not a generational great, an all-time great. A generational great would almost dictate that Oleksandr Usyk is just a great in the last 10, 15 years. No. Oleksandr Usyk is a great.
Oleksandr Usyk replied to Floyd Mayweather by saying boxing is a sport for respectful people, not like fighting on the street. He said real fighters don't just talk, they prove themselves inside the ring.
Hey, listen, boxing, it's sport and the gentleman. It's not a street fight. It's a boxing. It's a boxing. It's a boxing. Say it again. I don't have idea. I have no idea. Maybe.
Experts say Usyk and Mayweather are very different. Usyk stays humble even after all his success. He doesn't act proud or full of ego, but Mayweather still thinks he's better than everyone. Usyk's respect for boxing makes him stand out and shows you can be great without showing off.
One of the best of all time. I know a lot of people are kind of probably going to hear me say that and say, you're going too far, you're this, that. Because I've seen that straight away. As soon as Usyk did that, he's 2-time undisputed heavyweight, 1-time cruiserweight, 3-time undisputed. His resume, yes, look, at heavyweight, it's a lot of rematches. But it's the way he's doing it.
Yeah.
And he's not just, okay, he could have 10 world... Deontay Wilder has 10 world title defenses.
Yeah.
Luis Ortiz and Tyson Fury are the only ones you really have any kind of weight to them. Usyk is taking on the perceived either number 1 or number 2 in these defenses.
Yeah.
Fury perceived number 1. AJ at the time 1. Dubois number 2. He's taken like, all right, who's the next in line? All right, I'm fighting him.
Yeah.
That's the way he's doing it.
And he's doing it in a way in which is so beautiful to watch.
Derek Chisora praised Usyk's strong mindset and boxing skills. He said Usyk is very focused and mentally tough. Chisora joked that to beat Usyk, you'd have to be crazy because he's so hard to deal with in the ring. He admired Usyk's movement, smart thinking, and how calm he stays under pressure. Outside the ring, Usyk is friendly, but inside, he's a serious and dangerous fighter.
Listen, what I'm saying is this, yeah. To beat Oleksandr Usyk, you have to be mentally disturbed in your head. Yeah?
You have to be mentally disturbed.
Yeah, because you have to understand.
Or to take the fight in the first place.
Yeah, because when I saw him a couple months ago,
yeah,
I had a coffee with him, we were just chatting. The guy lives in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah. He goes, oh, before I came on the plane, I was sleeping in my house, and then those missiles were going over my house, and I didn't want to go in the bunker. I was like, I'll just go to sleep. There's some craziness, isn't it? I mean, like, hey, imagine you now, you're in your house in Barnet, Timbuktu, and then missiles are going. What are you going to be like?
Yeah, he's cut from very different stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So, and then remember, so you have to come in there looking to go to the other side because he's looking to go to the other side. Man, can you do us a favor? Can you stop beating us up?
No.
Derek Chisora compared Usyk to Muhammad Ali, calling him the Ali of today's boxing. He talked about Usyk's footwork, timing, and ring intelligence. He said Usyk doesn't use just power, he beats opponents with smart moves and skill. Chisora said watching Usyk is like watching art in motion. He believes Usyk brings beauty and style to heavyweight boxing, just like Ali did.
Everybody gets it wrong. You don't box this guy. It's like, how can I explain it to you in a way you understand? You can't box him.
He's just too good.
He's just unbelievable great. Yeah, forget good, he's amazing. Yeah, he's great, he's amazing. He's like the white Muhammad Ali. He might not talk like Muhammad Ali, but he is the Muhammad Ali of the last generation. You understand? We have to give him the credit where it's due. Yeah. He is that guy.
Famous boxing promoter Eddie Hearn also believes Usyk is more than just a champion. He called Usyk a once-in-a-generation talent. Hearn said Usyk's move from cruiserweight to heavyweight without losing speed or skill amazed everyone. His words show how much Usyk has changed what people expect from a heavyweight fighter.
Evan. Just, you're talking about one of the great generation. I watched the first 2 rounds. Dubois looked really dangerous. came out, backed him up, and then Usyk just decided, I'm going to allow him to back me up, so I'm going to go on the front foot, box aggressive here. And he knocked him spark out. Unbelievable. Just a true generational great.
After another great performance, Usyk is now ranked as the 4th greatest boxer of all time. This is rare for someone still fighting. It's not just about winning, it's about who he beat and how he beat them. He's proven he can win in different weight classes, even in his opponent's home countries. Now people truly believe he belongs with the all-time greats.
Now what's yours, Jerry? What's yours?
Oleksandr is the 4th greatest fighter on my personal all-time list.
Wow.
It's number 4. He's only behind Ali.
Oh, on your all-time list?
All time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Only behind Floyd, Ali, and Manny. So, I'm really high on Oleksandr.
Usyk is more than a champion. He's a master of technique and strategy outside the ring. He's calm and quiet inside the ring. He's sharp and focused. He doesn't talk trash or look for attention. He lets his skills do the talking.
The WBO, Frank Warner very close. Joseph Parker is obviously a Queensberry fighter. So, there could be potential that they do what they did with this fight, what they did with the Dubois fight. It also means as well that, maybe this is why, potentially it's because Riyadh season shows from November onwards, and I doubt we'll see Oleksandr Usyk in the ring this year because it's only July, but he's only fought, and I would imagine Usyk is going to be one of these 6 to 8 month type of guys. That's the way he's been over the last 2 years. So you're looking probably February next year at the earliest when he finally fights again. So for me, it's like, right, well, that will be after the Riyadh and Ring Magazine's pay-per-views end, as in they're not going to be doing pay-per-view anymore. Maybe they look at that fight and think, Usyk Parker, it's a fight that, with the greatest respect, and Oleksandr Usyk is a very big name, it maybe does need that pay-per-view wall behind it in order to facilitate the purses that they could potentially forking out for it. So maybe that's why Riyadh season won't do it. Now, the Zone obviously have not ruling out pay-per-views. They're still going to do pay-per-views.
Usyk's career record says it all. He has beaten world champions and young stars. His win over Daniel Dubois showed how smart he is in the ring. Dubois was strong and dangerous, but Usyk used strategy to control the fight. Even with all his success, Usyk stays humble. He never brags or says he's the best, even when others do. In a sport full of ego, Usyk is a rare example of quiet strength.
It was sort of broken up in different directions. Even I wasn't sure because although I believe Usyk is the fighter of the generation in this weight class, he's at an age where, overnight you sort of show up and you don't have it anymore. Ali randomly lost to Leon Spinks around this age and whatnot, So you could get where all of a sudden, it's not there on the night. So And you had
heavyweights takes 1 second. One split second, you're off.
Yeah, exactly. And you also had a very motivated Dubois to add to that second, who's a very powerful puncher and has sort of this bully mentality when he gets you in an uncomfortable position. But, Usyk, flawless performance technically, stepping out to that weak side consistently, mixing up the jabs, making things uncomfortable for Dubois rhythm-wise.
He seemed more aggressive, right? Normally, I think with some of the bigger guys, he slides to the weak side, slides to the weak side. This was different.
I think with Dubois, the psychology is kind of out of the bag in that you got to kind of bully the bully, and Dubois came out trying to bully him a little bit. So he started touching him and hitting him, and he started taking it to him because he started backing him up. He started putting him in a situation where he starts to doubt himself. And Dubois doesn't really come back from that very often. As a matter of fact,
he doesn't bend, he breaks.
In the fight, I thought he's a little bit awkward, Dubois. I don't know, but
he's one of those awkward strong guys.
Yeah,
he's just like super strong, awkward as hell.
He goes down and he takes the full count, and then he just gets up at 10 and walks across the ring right in front of Usyk, who's celebrating middle of the ring, like with his hands up in the air. Just casually walks right by Usyk's celebration as if he didn't just get counted out to 10.
Foreman Ali. Remember, he walks right to his corner.
Yeah, but I was like, dude, you could have got up. You waited to 10, and then
he was a beaten man.
You waited to 10, and then not only you get up, you don't even have the presence of mind to realize like I'm walking right into the picture where he's celebrating.
But Paulie, he was a beaten man before the first knock.
What makes Usyk special is that people compare him to the legends of all time, not just from today. He's seen as one of the best ever. His achievements, like becoming undisputed in more than one division and beating top fighters with skill and class, have already made history.
He tried to jab, he tried to throw that right hand, and he landed that right hand a couple of times, by the way. He got Oleksandr Usyk in the corner, and he was trying to work. But ultimately, he's in there with an all-time great. Not a generational great, an all-time great. A generational great would almost dictate that Oleksandr Usyk is just a great in the last 10, 15 years. No. Oleksandr Usyk is a great since boxing began. Since boxing began, people. Understand what we're watching here. We're not watching a generational great. We're watching an all-time great. That's what Daniel Dubois was in there with. There is a discussion in my brain right now as I'm talking to you about where Oleksandr Usyk is when it comes to the best heavyweights of all time. Like in my head right now, I'm thinking, who beats him?
Some people in boxing now argue that Usyk might be better than legends like Muhammad Ali, that Floyd Mayweather in terms of pure boxing skills. Ali was famous and Floyd never lost. But critics say Mayweather didn't fight top opponents in their prime. They say Usyk's reputation comes from his real bravery and skill, not just defense or promotion.
Interesting heavyweight division, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought of Usyk's performance, where he ranks on the all-time list. I know, everybody was big into their nostalgia, but remember, Soviets were not turning pro until the 90s, and I think that makes a big difference. That's another thing. Heavyweights are bigger. Lefties are more common now, and also the Soviet era of fighters did not start turning pro until the 90s. So the old days, they didn't have to deal with those guys. So a lot of things that also favor Usyk being a GOAT. But of course, man, it's hard to pick against Ali being the GOAT.
Ben Davidson, a well-known boxing trainer, also praised Usyk. He said Usyk becoming undisputed champion in both cruiserweight and heavyweight is extremely rare. This shows how skilled, adaptable, and consistent Usyk is. Davidson's words mean a lot because he understands the sport deeply, not just as a fan, but as a trainer.
Makes that obviously another thing for you about.
It's not really a good time for me to talk about that sort of thing. So,
Inside, so just how good is Oleksandr Usyk? We've seen him now come into the heavyweight division, fight a Derek Chisora, fight Anthony Joshua twice, fight Tyson Fury twice, and he's the undisputed heavyweight. No, he was until obviously the belt let go. But what do you make of him as a fighter? Just sum him up. Special fighter.
Yeah, he's put himself in the mix to be. He's put himself in the mix as one of the greatest heavyweights that's ever been. So, undisputed cruiserweight, undisputed heavyweight, amazing.